What's up, guys?
Hola amigos!
Welcome back to the farm. Welcome back to building our deck. Things are making progress. Kaylee started painting the deck. You don't like it, Kaylee?
Huh?
You don't like the paint?
Well, it's just like, it's see-through. Like it's not really covering up.
Oh, it's a protectant, not a paint.
Yeah.
Well, we're gonna need to go get some paint for this deck because as you can see, it's starting to get some surface rust, and then we don't want that to turn into real rust. But I want to start this video out with a little bit of a story. You know what story I'm gonna tell them?
I think I do.
We talked about this the other day.
Yeah.
We want to tell you guys a little bit about Kaylee and my...
Kaylee and I's.
Kaylee and I's.
Kaylee and I's. Kaylee and I's.
Kaylee and Mai's first date. Come on, good girl, let's go. Load up. Go ahead. Good girl.
Go ahead, Bob. Hop in the back.
Now I'm just gonna scooch over here.
She literally moves her butt over.
So let me start this story off with a picture. So I'll put this picture right here. And this was me 24 hours? 24 hours after Kaylee and I hung out for the first time over 4 years ago?
Yeah. No.
4 years ago.
You're right.
I'd just gotten out of the emergency room and I wasn't in good shape. So I looked this way for about a month. And the reason I look this way, it's the reason why we have Dr. Squatch sponsoring this video today. Dr. Squatch is a soap company. I'll get more into that later. Maybe read one of these. Ese es 100.
120.
120, okay. Gracias.
So Jord kept going to the emergency room and all they did was dose him up with a bunch of pills and nothing was working.
I was on so much medication, I was on so many steroids really is what it was, that I was a restaurant manager at the time. I was 23 years old and I remember the day that I knew something was really, really wrong when I got so aggressive because I was on so many steroids that I made a 34-year-old man cry. And at that point I was like, all right, we gotta try to do something else because this isn't me, this isn't who I am.
Go ahead, baby. Wah! So a lot of you guys probably don't know, but right before I met Jordan and a little bit during first dating Jordan, I used to see a holistic doctor, as many of you guys would call a voodoo doctor.
And I thought it was all a big waste of money.
Yeah.
Big waste of money, but I was desperate at this point. So Kaylee said,
let's go see Dr. Paul.
So before we even arrive, the holistic doctor, Dr. Paul, he tells us to bring everything that we put like on our bodies or in our mouths. So like toothpaste, shampoo, conditioner, body wash, all of our household cleaners, lotions. He's like, I'll let you know which one of these is messing with you.
You guys see the tongue?
It's all about the tongue.
The tongue action. Wait for it.
We brought all this stuff to the doctor with us, and what he had me do is make a circle with my fingers like this, and he would pull my fingers apart. And what he'd have me do is hold each of these soaps and toothpaste and shampoos and house cleaning products and put it close to my chest, and then he would test my strength by pulling my fingers apart. I know it sounds crazy. I'll even tell you that when I left the place, I was like, this guy just ripped me off. He just took all my money and ripped me off. But when I put Kaylee's shampoo and her body wash in my hands, and I tried to touch my fingers together, I couldn't even touch them. They were like this. And I couldn't even like get them together. It felt so weird. And while I was highly allergic to all of Kaylee's shampoo and soap, I was like moderately allergic to all of mine. And there was so many times throughout my life where I would just like have these like weird splotches of red on my arms, or just have like this thing right here that was really itchy. And what I found out was that I was actually having an allergic reaction to soap my entire life. So I was pretty reluctant, but I took the doctor's advice and I switched to an all-natural, organic, cast-style soap. A lot of you guys may know the name, it's called Dr. Bronners. And after using Dr. Bronners, all my symptoms went away. It was amazing. It like, felt like I even had more energy because my body wasn't fighting off this allergic reaction. But there was one problem.
Yes, dear.
Hi, Mom.
Hi, Jordan.
How you doing?
I'm doing my taxes and Haley's bagging coffee.
Nice.
Yeah.
I got a question for you. It's for my YouTube video.
Go ahead.
When you came and visited me in Panama,
Yes.
and you gave me a hug at the airport,
Yeah.
what was the first thing you noticed?
You looked even more beautiful than the last time I saw you.
And what else?
You had too long a beard.
What else?
You smelled bad, George. You smelled bad.
Thanks, Mom. Embarrassingly enough, when I used Dr. Bronners, I smelled really, really bad. It worked for Kaylee, it didn't really work for me.
You need that extra help, love.
I need the extra strength.
Mm-hmm.
So when Dr. Squatch reached out to us, it was really funny because it was 2 or 3 days after my mom told me that I have a smelling problem. And I was really embarrassed. And then we got an email from them asking if we wanted to try out some of their soap.
Mm-hmm.
So we said, yes, we'll give it a go. And you guys might be wondering why I walked so far away from the bus to call my mom. And it's because we don't get any cell phone service in the bus or any reception whatsoever. Right here, we get 2 bars of LTE.
But in the bus, we got nothing.
No service.
So it either says no service or that big E, which means extended, which is pretty much nothing.
So we installed this network extender, and I feel like if there's any place where a network extender is gonna work, it's right here in the bus. Because 20 feet that way, the service is amazing, but right here, we get nothing. So let's fire this thing up and see how it works. 3, 2, 1. Look at that.
Woo!
2 bars of LTE. And the thing is, that antenna is a directional antenna, so we need to kind of try and mess with it. Look at this view, you guys. That's the volcano right there. You've said this so many times. Every time you look at it, it just looks so different. I've never seen it like that. We're watching this huge rainstorm come right through the valley right now. And look above us, blue skies. So we gotta take advantage of the blue skies. It's time to get back to work. We did it, love. It's another work day down.
Another work day down, baby.
Another one in the books.
Still a long ways to go, but...
Here's a little, like, 4 squares. Still have 4, 8, 12 more to go. Welding these little things takes so much time. There's just so many welds that you have to do. And the metal's so thin. And you're trying to weld it to this metal, which is very thick. So it's kind of hard. But I feel like I'm getting it down. It's really good practice, all this stuff. So now, as you guys can tell, I need a little bit of a shower. So we're going back to the house. Thank God we have warm water there. This is it, you guys. Dr. Squatch. I haven't tried this one yet, but I figured because we're in Panama, we're in coffee country. Gotta go with the cold brew cleanse. No chemicals. You can see this is their pine tar scented soap, and I think you can tell I've been loving it because it's already almost all gone. Smells like coffee, so now it's time for a hot shower. Nothing feels better than this after having dirt all over my face like this and working all day. Hey, Kaylee?
Yeah.
Can you do me a favor? Can you smell me? You already knew.
Of course.
How does it smell? How do I smell on a scale of 1 out of 10?
So fresh, so clean, baby. I'll be honest, I used some of that coffee scrub in the shower.
Katie, that's for men.
Dude, that is honestly some of the best smelling stuff I've ever smelled.
It's like gritty, right?
And it's like exfoliating and it felt so good.
That's my soap, I need that.
I know, but I'm gonna use it now because I like it.
We'll see you guys tomorrow. You know what that's the sound of?
Wait, do we have any more at the bus?
We have no more gas.
No!
That's the sound of our generator running out of gas.
Ah!
So we've been welding for maybe a week now. The two of us really had no welding experience before this. And I'm sure a lot of you guys can tell now, the two of us are really big believers in learning by doing. And for me, I think where a lot of that comes from is from working in the restaurant industry. I went to school for hospitality, to run restaurants. And I remember walking into my first restaurant to manage it. I was 22 years old. I was hired as the restaurant manager. And I remember within my first week of work, I would have multiple employees that would come into work high as a kite. I had a few people who were stealing from the restaurants $20 to $40 a day, and they were blaming it on me for being the new guy. And I had a handful of cooks that were sleeping with wait staff, which created enough drama to create a whole drama TV show. It was absolutely insane. And I remember thinking to myself, there's no way that there would be any class or any lecture or any certification that could prepare me for this other than just figuring it out and doing it on my own. So I spend a lot of my time doing research at home. I'm watching videos on welding, I'm watching videos on building, on construction, on so many different things. But I know that deep down, there's nothing that's gonna teach me how to learn, that's gonna teach me how to weld, other than coming here and just doing weld after weld after weld after weld after weld over and over. And that's the only real way to learn.
These last few days have been amazing, but they've been a lot of hard work. It's been a lot of hard work. And not only has it been a lot of labor, doing a lot of welding and cutting and all kinds of stuff, it's a lot of mental work too, because we're constantly researching and doing things to try to figure out what the heck we're even doing in the first place. So we ended the workday a little bit early today. We actually made a little fire pit by the bus. I made some hamburgers, and now we're sitting here watching the sunset, taking it all in.
Look at these hamburgers. Real quick.
You know what makes a hamburger look amazing?
The bun.
Like, this will either make or break it.
The bun.
Bun is important, but the second most important is the lettuce.
Oh.
Look how crisp and green that lettuce looks.
So while we take in these last few minutes of the sun, enjoy the last little bit of our fire, I just want to take a minute to thank Dr. Squatch for sponsoring this video and for helping me not smell bad anymore. I'm sure Kaylee is most...
much appreciated.
And of course, my mother is appreciative of that as well. If any of you guys out there are looking for an all-natural, chemical-free, cold-pressed soap, Dr. Squatch is awesome. I've been using them for about a month now. I was using the pine tar before I switched over to the cold brew. So if you're looking for a nice soap, I highly recommend that. I'll link them down in the description below, and they're giving everyone on this channel 30% off as well. The link is right in the description, so go check them out.
We wish you were all here with us right now to take this in, because the camera, the photos, doesn't do the justice.
Especially all my friends and family out there. We wish you guys were here. And I know some of you guys are coming through soon, so we can't wait for you to get here, get out of the snow, and enjoy the sunset with us. But I think for now,
this is where we're gonna leave you.
we'll leave you guys with the sunset.